Introducing first, accompanied to the ring by MVP, the almighty WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley.
I still can't get over they are built for one thing, to destroy. The same can be said for our almighty WWE Champion, Bobby Lashley. Long may he reign.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got a treat for you right here. If you don't know who you're looking at, you are confused. This right here is the man. Whew, WWE superstar Bobby Lashley. He is the WWE champion. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm amazing. Great day. I feel like $1,000,000.
There you go. Appreciate it. All right, and thanks for joining us here today. Now, you've got your hands full. You've got a match with Bill Goldberg this Saturday, August 21st at SummerSlam. Now, that's going to be held at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, and this is going to be the first time you've had a football stadium for this kind of venue. Like, how does that make you feel sharing this kind of moment with such a big opponent?
I think it's amazing. My whole life has been kind of a dream come true all the way across the board. Winning the WWE Championship was definitely a huge accomplishment for me. But then carrying on through WrestleMania and now having this icon matchup like this with Goldberg, I mean, this is a WrestleMania moment this weekend. I mean, Allegiant Stadium, it's going to be huge. It's going to be so many fans. Us coming back after the pandemic. There's so many things that are involved in this that I think it's just going to be an amazing show. I think the fans are going to win. I'm going to win and retain my title, and everything is going to be perfect.
There you go. Well, and speaking of, because it's been a long road, because I've been a big wrestling fan my whole life, and I've watched you since you came on the scene. Was it 2004, 2005?
Yeah. Yep.
Now, so after 16 years, please tell me, what did it feel like to hear those words? And new WWE Heavyweight Champion Bobby Lashley. Like, how did that feel? What did that do?
You know, at the beginning of my career, when I first came in, there was a lot of speculation. Everybody thought, "Oh man, you know, I could have beat Cena for the title back in Backlash way back when." And then there was those feuds with Booker T and then coming up there next to Batista and some of the. I thought that there was a chance that I possibly won it back then. But I think if I would have won it back then, it wouldn't have been as sweet as it was that I won it now. When I won it, it was like one of those things that I didn't almost believe it until it was actually around my waist. And then when it was, I didn't know what to feel about it, because you don't know how you're going to feel after you win a title like this. You think you know, but you don't know. I mean, the first couple of days, I didn't get any sleep. I was getting calls from everywhere. My family's from Panama, so I had people from the country of Panama coming because they were celebrating for the first Panamanian WWE champion. So there's been a lot of things that got thrown my way. I saw a picture with myself, Kofi, and The Rock on there. That was an iconic picture that kind of hit me really hard. So I knew that I didn't know all these things were going to happen, but it just kept coming and kept coming. And I'm loving the ride right now, man. I feel great.
Well, and that was actually leading to my next part, because that's the thing. You, Kofi, and The Rock were the only 3 Black Americans as well to actually be WWE World Heavyweight Champions. So, like, what did that moment feel like to you? Like, what did that, like you said, it was a big ride. You love seeing the shirts, which I'm ordering myself, by the way, and I love them. But what did that mean to you overall, like, to represent like that, and for obviously being first Panamanian?
I mean, of course, it was an iconic moment, and it made me feel proud. I mean, I got a son. And my son looks at the sport, and it looks like he can look at it and say, you know, I can be one of those guys too. But the biggest thing is, I always tell people, like, I want to normalize this. I don't want it to be a Black champion. It's just a champion. I hope those doors, those barriers have been broken, so we don't have to say, here's the next Black champion coming up. When you have somebody like a Keith Lee that's racing to get to that level, or you have a Ricochet racing to get that level, it's not going to be a particular race or color or gender or anything like that. It's just going to be, we have our new champion across the board, whoever it is.
Fantastic. And that's what we want to see, because that's where it needs to get to. Like I mentioned, I've been watching my whole life, and now just to see you as a champion, see you representing the way that you're doing, kicking butt everywhere, it's been fantastic. Now, there is something I do want to ask you about, because I'm a little confused on. Like I said, it's been a long, long time, right?
Yeah.
Why haven't you aged? Serious. I mean, like, because if you have a time machine, can you please, like, bring that over and help us out? So, like, what's the situation? How is it that after almost 20 years, you still look like this? Like, what's going on?
I'm actually a cyborg. When I leave work, I go in a little vessel and I stay there until I go back to work. So, no, I talk about this all the time. It's we have to train in our business, and we have to train in our sport, and we have to train at a very high level. And the one thing that I try to do is I try to tailor my training to where I'm at. And as you get older, the training doesn't go as long. The intensity stays the same, but it doesn't go on as long. And you do a little bit more on the rehab side. So I spend a lot of time and money on just rehabbing my body, you know, the chiropractic work, the massage. I get dry needling. I have every piece of rehab equipment that you can think of in my house, because my body is my tool, and it's my way of work. So I've always stayed in good shape. And then on top of it, man, black don't crack, you know.
Come on, how old do I look? You're gonna say that.
My family's from Panama. My mom's in her 60s. She's about to turn 70. And I mean, she's just starting to show that age, you know.
Yeah.
And same with my dad. It was like he didn't start showing age until he was well in his 60s. So I guess
that's right. You got time. You're still good. You're still hanging in there. Now, one of the things a lot of people don't realize about you, which they should though, because you've been all over the world. But I'm going to read off some of the accomplishments and things that you did before WWE, if you don't mind. Now,
sure.
You used to, now one of the things I remember, because when you were competing outside of the WWE, you were competing at MMA at the exact same time. Now, That's insane. So not only did you do that, you were a 3-time wrestling national champion, a 4-time wrestling All-American at Missouri Valley College. You were a 2-time Armed Forces champion and a silver medalist in 2002. Now, with all that experience, how did that help prepare you for your next stage in life? And now with all the things you did do, was there something that you were not prepared for when you joined this business?
I think the thing that it prepared me for is discipline. You can't make it to a high level of anything without a level of discipline. And I always say this is, whenever somebody finds out that key to success, they can take that and they can move it into any business that they want and apply that same key, and it's going to open up that door also. So it's finding that initial key, which I found in wrestling early on, and I just take that and I implement it in anything else. So when I came over to WWE, my work ethic went from what I did then and at the Olympic Training Center right to here. I don't slow down, train hard, bust your ass, and keep quiet. And that's how it always was. So right now, moving into WWE, you have to be open. You have to be, you got to let people in. They can't cheer for you if they don't know who you are. And that's what I'm slowly starting to do with my social media and everything. I'm trying to open up myself a little bit so they can actually see me. They see the Almighty on TV, and I know what the Almighty can do, but I want to show them who Bobby is. And I think that's what I'm trying to do a little bit more, is show them a different side of myself. I'm a father, and the reasons why I do what I do. You know, I have 3 kids, and if I'm looking across the ring and I see a man and I say that all I got to do is go through him and I put food on my kid's table, there ain't a man alive that can stand there and would take that. So that's some of my motivation that I'm going to try to show people of why I do what I do and why I keep going.
Right, and it comes through. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it in your voice when you speak and you walk on that stage. It's go time. There's no playing. It's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Now,
absolutely.
Yes, sir. So now, final question I got for you here. Now, this matchup, to me, especially, like I said, being a lifelong fan, this is a huge matchup. Like, I've watched you forever. I've been a Goldberg fan forever. So that you would consider this a very big dream matchup, right? But I want to know, what is your dream matchup? Outside of the ring, I want kind of a 2-part. If you want to throw one in from WWE, if you want to throw one to outside. Any time in history, any sport, you're a combat guy. Tell me, if you could line up face-to-face with somebody, who would it be?
Damn.
Anywhere, anytime.
I know what you want me to say, and I know what everybody else wants me to say.
You know what I want you to say.
So we'll go ahead and throw Brock out there. And man, you know, if you're in the business of entertainment, okay, we're in the business of entertainment. If we're in the business of entertainment, we got to give the fans what they want. And outside of what I want to do, because if you talk about some of the people that I want to work, it could be a laundry list of people. Of course, to be able to get in the ring with The Rock would be, you know, mind-blowing, especially right now. And then the likes of like doing a feud back in the day with the Stone Cold Steve Austin, or even having a feud with the Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes, some of those guys. All of those would be, you know, huge matches. But I think since I started the wrestling business, everybody has always said, you know, something about me and Brock. Don't know if it's going to happen, but
Right.
that would be a pretty interesting thing. But then also, you know, Batista's right around the corner too. Batista's in great shape.
I've seen him. That boy is, yeah, he's in it.
Why? There's no reason why he can't throw on those boots and come get another match. Him or Booker T. Both
Right.
of those guys are kind of there with a lot of potential still left in them, and they just want to like chill. I mean, both of them are doing great, and they're both good friends of mine. So I understand where they're at, but there are some guys out there that can come out of retirement and do something big still in this business.
Wow, so that is great. So you hear it too, because obviously you go on anything, that's all they ever say, Bobby and Brock, Bobby and Brock. Because the two of them are so similar. You got the wrestling background, your freak athleticism, your determination. That would just be that'd be lovely. But like you said, yeah, there's a lot of great people we'd love to see you in the ring with. So as we wrap it up, you got any words for the kids? Any words of wisdom out there that you want to spread?
No, I mean, the biggest thing that I have is things are starting to open up. And we need to get out there, and we need to start supporting each other. We need to start like going out there and having fun and start being happy again. And that's what wrestling is. I mean, at the end of the day, you come to one of our shows and you'll have 3 hours of just sheer enjoyment where you're yelling and where you're doing everything. We need that right now. And we're going out there, we're hitting the roads, we're going out from city to city. And hopefully I'll be able to get to see all these fans once we get an opportunity to open up a little bit more right now, get out there and just kind of shake some hands and let them know that we're still doing it. We're still building some good matchups and having great shows. So fans, we miss you guys just as much as you guys miss us.
That's fantastic, man. Thank you so much. All right. Well, everybody remember this Saturday, Bobby Lashley is taking on Bill Goldberg, where he will retain his WWE Championship. It's going to be this 21st at 8 p.m. at Allegiant Stadium out in Vegas, man. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been fantastic. Absolute
pleasure. And still WWE champion. Yes, sir. Man.
All right, bro. Take care. Thank you.
Easy.